everyone. Welcome to the Wake Up Show Chicago, a woman's perspective. I'm your host, Gayle Newcomb, Managing Director of B2B Consulting and Training Services, co-founder and president of the Women's Innovation Group, and For Our Youth, and your business expert. I am joined by my other host, Tina. Good morning, Tina.
Good morning, Gayle. I'm Tina Augustus, founder and president of Elevate Services, Marketing and Communication, and also a board member of the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce.
Great. And our other host, Terrie Simmons, is not here today. So we welcome Terrie. We hope Terrie gets well soon. She's a little under the weather, so she was not able to join us. What I want to do now is talk about our sponsor. Our sponsor is the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. For more information on the chamber, you can go to the website www.ilbcc.org. Once again, that's www.ilbcc.org. You can also follow the chamber on Facebook and YouTube at Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. Once again, that's Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce.
And don't forget to give a shout out to our president, Larry Ivory.
And also our president, Larry Ivy, which of course is automatic.
He's the reason that we're here today.
Yes. So our topic today is empowering women entrepreneurs to prioritize their health for business success. So we have two special guests today. Our guests today are Dr. Avida Bussell and Audree Lee. Dr. Avida Bussell is a board certified ER doctor. I want to make sure I'm getting this right. ER doctor. And Audree Lee is a certified nutritionist and practitioner and also a cancer survivor. So we will want to get started.
Awesome. And first, we have to pay our bills. Calling all business owners, get ready for the event of the year.
Woo woo!
Join us on this Thursday, July 20, as we set sail on the breathtaking Spirit of Chicago ship at Navy Pier. Rock the boat with networking, vision, and resources on the Black Chambers Cruise. Connect, collaborate, and thrive. A venue filled with like-minded entrepreneurs sharing expertise and unlocking new opportunities. Register now at blackchambercruise.com or call 309-740-4430. Set sail towards success, camaraderie, and endless possibilities. The Black Chamber Cruise 2023. The event of the year awaits. See you on board.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the pictures and videos. Unfortunately, I won't be there, Tina, due to a family reunion, but I know it's going to be very successful. And we're queuing up for our next commercial. So a commercial break.
Are you ready for an unforgettable experience? Mark your calendars for Thursday, July 20th, as we invite you to the most amazing event of the year. Get ready to set sail right at Navy Pier, Chicago. This is your opportunity to rock the boat with networking, vision, and resources. Join us on the Black Chamber Cruise, where connections are made, ideas flourish, and success thrives. Imagine a stunning venue filled with like-minded entrepreneurs eager to share their expertise and collaborate on exciting ventures. Expand your network, forge valuable partnerships, and unlock new opportunities. Brought to you by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, you'll be able to have fun as the sun sets and the night comes alive. Don't miss out on this incredible event. Registration is still open. It's just a click away. Visit blackchambercruise.com to secure your spot today or call 309-740-4430 to reserve your place on this extraordinary voyage. Join us as we set sail. Brought to you by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, July 20th, 2023. See you there.
And we're back. I would like to spend some time letting Dr. Avida Bussell tell us about herself. So, good morning, Dr. Avida.
Good morning and greetings, family. I am excited to be here this morning and contribute to this conversation. My name is Dr. Avida Bussell. I am a board certified emergency medicine and obesity medicine physician, semi-retired from emergency medicine, and looking forward to growing an integrative wellness practice that focuses on complementary and alternative interventions for building health. My own declining health is what propelled me back into the wellness space. I often joke about how I had to pack away my holistic mindedness when I started medical school. I come from a line of strong women, but we carry strong risk factors for the most common diseases. It's because our lifestyles are incompatible with good health. We must arm ourselves with the information and tools to build health. I believe that this starts with lifestyle education. So my goal is to increase health literacy and help people identify and address the things that are incompatible with good health. The landscape of medicine is changing, and we need to be in the know because historically we have been silent participants.
All right. And Audree Lee, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. Actually, my journey started with my own self, having seen my mother and father pass away to cancer at the young age of 50. I myself had to walk that same journey at the age of 31. And with not knowing what I was to do, one thing I didn't want to do is something that I saw didn't work, which is the medical realm. So I took a holistic route. And in that journey, I had to change my diet. I changed a lot of things that I do every day, which you call lifestyle. And as a result of that, in 90 days, my body restored to health. And I've been on this journey for 30 some odd years, educating and telling others what they need to do. Now I am the CEO and president of Inside Out Solutions, Inc., where we educate families, communities, and those that want to know how to get their health back on track.
That is awesome. Thank you. And so we're going to start this journey by letting you talk about how women entrepreneurs are basically need to start looking at their health from a standpoint to make sure that they don't develop issues early in their journey. So I can say this. I know myself, when I'm out having meetings, I eat wrong. You find yourself not drinking enough water because you're out all day long. You also find yourself, whatever's on the menu, and I'm a vegan, so it's very hard there. So can you give some points?
Absolutely. So the increased stress of being just working and being an entrepreneur, being a woman, being a wife, being a mother, we oftentimes make personal sacrifices. We don't make oftentimes good food choices. We don't exercise the way that we're supposed to. We don't consume the right amount of water. We find ourselves in the fast food drive up, picking up things that we know we shouldn't. So you have to plan, you have to prep for a healthy lifestyle. That means meal prepping. That means packing away your water bottle the night before. It means getting up an extra 30 minutes to engage in a workout. We have to start creating routines and habits that are sustainable and realistic.
Dr. Bussell, you've completed your residency training in emergency medicine at John H. Stroger Cook County Hospital. You have provided exceptional medical care to patients and their families. What would you say are some of the ways you are helping female entrepreneurs balance their business and personal lives?
That's a very good question. So I am new in the world of business ownership and entrepreneurship. So this is new for me, and it has taken a slight toll on my own health. But what I want to do is I want to give women the tools to maintain a sustainable lifestyle so that their health isn't compromised on this entrepreneurship and business journey.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my goal.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Audrey, what do you think would be some good points for women business owners that, I know Dr. Vita said, pack water, make sure you're getting up exercises. What are some of your suggestions?
Yeah, I think all your success is included. Health is included. It needs to be, because if it's not, then your success is no longer successful because you failed in this area. And I've had 30 years of practice with that because it was my journey. My journey became my lifestyle. And so on this style of life, I tell people to do a lot of the things that Dr. Bussell just said. But in addition to, I make a priority for for that, because if I want to live long and strong, I'm the one that's going to be able to help myself get there. So that means getting up earlier than what you would normally do sometimes, and also making sure you get good rest. That is something people don't think about when it comes to their health. If you don't sleep well, you don't live well. So those are some of the primary things I would tell people to do.
So over the past, I would say 4 or 5 months in the media, I won't say names, we've lost a very famous female basketball coach. She was a player. I didn't know this person, but I would assume that's someone that's healthy, correct? Someone that's exercising, someone that's eating correctly because of the skills. And yes, it was cancer, but why is it that right now in America, Black business women are literally dying of cancer? There was a runner that died during childbirth. They didn't even realize that that was the issue. And I'm sure that these are people who are doing some of the things you're saying. So can Dr. Avida or Audrey?
So when we discuss things like that, so you're talking about somebody who has access, you would assume has access to
Correct.
good resources.
Right.
But even still, unfortunately, being in the minority category, we are still affected by what's called the social determinants of health. Okay. So you have to look at where you live, where you work, your neighborhood, your community, your housing situation, access to healthcare. Sometimes it's a mindset thing. We don't necessarily trust the healthcare establishment. We oftentimes will get diagnosed with things later on, or we ignore the diagnosis. I've encountered patients who have a long list of diagnoses and they'll tell me, I don't claim it. It's there. You've got to claim it. You've got to address it. We have to do something about it. So it's a multifactorial issue. And I think education is key. You can't run from your diagnosis, especially if you know that your lifestyle is not compatible with good health.
So what are some of the things that, just if you can give in 3 bullet points, that business owners and women in general can just put in place right now to assist with those things not being an issue anymore?
Well, one of the things is getting routine follow-up or getting your annual exams. Okay. So I'm all about alternative and complementary medicine, but I still need to have my breast exam. I prefer to have an ultrasound over a mammogram, but I need to have my breast check. I need to follow up with my OBGYN. I need to have a colonoscopy done every 5 years. You should periodically check your blood pressure, especially if you know you skipped your annual exam this year. Check your you want to know what your glucose is. Am I in the diabetic, pre-diabetic range? These are all proactive things that we can do to abate, cut off, start intervening when we see those chronic illnesses creeping up on us, because disease doesn't start overnight. It's something that starts years before you get that diagnosis.
Okay.
That's true. Audrey, yesterday I had an opportunity of viewing your website and social media outlets, and I watched your YouTube videos on God's plan, part 1 and part 2. You also have a book titled God's Plan. Can you share with our listening audience 3 things that you discovered in the Bible that is aiding you in helping women learn how to take care of themselves?
Yes, actually, that's my foundation as a health minister as well. I believe that God gave us the original plan, and a lot of us don't know it, and we perish for the lack of knowledge. And in there, he told us the diet that we should be living on and live long with, and it's in Genesis 1:29. But he also told us that he created medicine too.
Yes.
It's found in Revelations 22:2, and it said the herb should be for the healing of the nation. So we're all over the place looking for our healing, and when it's already there. It's in our cabinets, it's in our kitchen, it's in our homes, and we pay no attention to it because no one has taught us how to do that. So I've spent lots of years teaching children, families, mothers, grandmothers, and those that want to know how to live a long and strong life just by going in their kitchen and doing what they need to do with the things that are already there.
Awesome.
Amen.
Awesome. Can you share with us the acronyms?
So God's plan is actually something that is actually a lifestyle. G represents godly trust. So have something that you need to be able to trust in. That's, of course, positive mentally, too. O is open air or oxygen. Okay. D is daily exercise. Okay. You can say movement. We don't like the word exercise.
No, we do not.
S is sunshine or sunlight. It's very important. It's I call it your doctor in the sky.
Okay.
P is plenty or proper rest. L is lots of water, because we definitely need it. You're 75% water, but we don't think we look like it. We look like something else. A is always being tempered in what you do. Don't just throw and grow out, jump off of the handle about everything. And N, the biggest one is nutrition, because when we can change our diet, we can literally change our life.
That's true.
All
That's
right.
true.
So I want to let the listening audience know that we will be taking calls in the bottom hour. You can call 773-591-1690. Once again, the number to WVON is 773-591-1690. Also,
So I take melatonin, and I take it to help me sleep at night. And I love taking my melatonin because my brain, if I don't take it, it seems like my brain is just still moving, and talking, and I'm thinking of new projects that I have to work on. Can you share, either you, Dr. Avida, or Audree, share about the benefits of melatonin?
So I know I don't think like a doctor, but we need to have a mindset to know what's good and what's not, and when to see a doctor and when not, and to pull it all together. But I personally, I don't take medication. I haven't bought Tylenol or any of those things in over 30 years. Haven't needed to.
Mhm.
But when people can't sleep right or can't sleep well, I always look back at, let's see what's happening before you go to bed. Let's see what's happening during that day that's keeping you from your brain taking a time to shut down and rest. There are things around us called electromagnetic fields that can cause some of that. There's eating foods that actually excite us when we're really supposed to, you don't give children sugar at night, right? So you shouldn't give it to yourself.
That's right.
And there's just some basic things, because mine, as the people call me the food police, I really try to help police as much as your food as possible, because we're not doing that. And these are things, as I mentioned, as we don't have the knowledge of it, so we don't do. Because if you're taking a medication, you want to see what the side effects are, as well as if there are benefits. But if they have side effects and benefits, you got to see which one's way best for you. And doctor?
Yeah, I agree with everything that Audree said. We would consider sleep hygiene. So that's preparing your body to go to bed. So that means, like Audree mentioned, turning off the EMF, turning off the technology, turning off the television. If you take your bath at night, taking a warm, relaxing bath at night, doing some mindfulness, some meditation, and kind of calming down your central nervous system so you can prepare your body for rest. The other thing that I would say about melatonin use is that your body makes melatonin. As we get older, it decreases, but you don't want your body to become addicted to it, so to speak. Okay. So I would come off of it periodically.
Right.
Yeah. And
I would agree with that.
Yes.
Can you talk more about lifespan versus health span, Dr. Avida?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Well, before we get to that, we're about to take a commercial break. Sorry. So once again, when we get back, any callers who are interested in calling in, they can call 773-591-1690. Once again, that's 773-591-1690. Sorry, you guys. Today's kind of off for me today a little bit. I need to say that. But we are taking a commercial break right now.
Looking for inspiration and insights from successful Black women entrepreneurs? Wake up and tune in to the Wake Up Show Chicago, a women's perspective. Join hosts Gayle Newcomb, Terrie Simmons, and Tina Augustus every third Saturday of the month on WVON and iHeartRadio. Brought to you by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. This empowering show is your go-to resource for business strategies, success stories, and networking opportunities. Join us and connect with us on Facebook, Instagram at Wake Up Show Chicago for updates, behind the scenes, and more. And don't forget to catch us live on YouTube at Wake Up Show Chicago for an interactive experience. The Wake Up Show Chicago, a wake up for you from a woman's perspective. Rise, empower, and succeed. Wake Up Show Chicago, a woman's perspective, heard every third Saturday. This message is sponsored by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. Tune into the Wake Up Show Chicago every Saturday of the month on WVON and iHeartRadio. Available on YouTube, subject to platform terms and conditions.
All right, we're back. Welcome back to the Wake Up Show Chicago. Sorry, a woman's perspective. I want to get back to Dr. Avida, who was answering the question about lifespan versus health span.
Okay. So there are some public health terms that are being used that I think we should all be familiar with. One of them is the social determinants of health. The other is health span and biological age and lifespan. So lifespan is the number of years that we live. Health span is the number of years that we live without any aging related disease. That's diabetes, hypertension, sleep apnea, obesity, cancer, dementia, heart disease. Your biological age reflects your cellular age. It's the age of your cells, and it is influenced by genetics, epigenetics, which is environmental factors and conditions, and lifestyle factors. Your biological age and chronological age may be very different depending on how well or poorly you care for yourself. The goal is to increase our health span, which improves our quality of life and extends our lifespan.
So when you talk about making sure you drink the water and the exercise, that would help with the health span, in which would automatically help with your lifespan.
Absolutely. So your nutrition, your water, your sleep, your stress management, your sun exposure, all of those things are things that promote good health.
All right. So Audrey, what can you add to this that would be an assistant to lifespan versus with health span?
One of the things is the way people think about their health span and their lifespan. They assume that because their family has gone through things like my mother had cancer, but I have 5 other siblings. They didn't have it. I also had to look at, I worked in the beauty industry. And so I was around toxins 24/7. People don't think about that. When you're in the beauty salon, that's where they've been said that more people can contract cancers.
And so I know we normally wouldn't do this, Audrey. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I actually know Audrey. And
Go ahead.
And so Audrey is a cancer survivor of 34 years. You guys, I don't know if anybody's on the podcast, but if you see Audrey, you would never believe she is in her 60s. I'll say that. I apologize, Audrey. I put you on the spot, but you look good. So she is a perfect example of lifespan, health span. I'm sorry, Tina. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all right. As women entrepreneurs, we juggle many balls. And one of the balls that we often drop is our personal well-being.
Yes.
What do you want women entrepreneurs to know about personal well-being?
Yeah, watching a 50-year-old mother leave here early, but I watched my grandmother live to over 100. There is a major difference. She missed so much, my mother did, but my grandmother gained so much as well. And I just made the decision that I'm going to live the best life ever because I have the power to do that. And the thing about it is, it's because of what I choose to do.
Yes.
So I want women entrepreneurs to think about themselves and even the wellness of their business and themselves, because they go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But if we don't do one, the other will fall, and you can't make enough money to get your health back. There's absolutely no way.
That's true.
But there's some tools that we all can do, and we can do them, take them one step at a time.
I want to also add you talked about the G-bombs and also lifespan, health span. We actually have forms that were uploaded to, I've just found out they weren't uploaded to YouTube and Facebook, but this is what we're going to do. We want to make sure that if any listener is interested in finding out more about Dr. Avida or Audree Lee, we are going to make sure you get their emails and their website. So Audree Lee's website, Audrey, could you?
AudreeLeeHealth.com.
It's AudreeLeeHealth.com. And then for Dr. Avida, she's giving out a phone number or her email.
I'll give out both. I'll give out my email address. It's info@pearlsofaveda.com. The business contact number is area code 708-879-3043.
Okay, and we're going to post these images after the show into our Facebook and our YouTube channel,
Yes.
which we would love for you to start watching. Once again, we are on the radio on WVON, woo woo, and also iHeart 1690, but we also have podcasts. And sometimes after the show, we actually continue to talk through the podcast only on Facebook and YouTube.
I would like to
honest,
shift.
Gayle, be honest. We cut up. Just tell them the truth, Gayle. We cut up.
Okay.
I want to shift a little right now
All right.
and talk about the pandemic. How do you think the current pandemic has impacted the mental health of entrepreneurs?
It's terrible. When I'm talking to people, and I can't address a situation unless you address the mental health, because the determining factor of their success will be the mental state. And so we want to make sure we're working in that area too. In my space, I use essential oils because it can change the atmosphere. I had a brother that was on heroin for 20 years and he's off because we were able to change his mental space. And that to me was extreme. But we've also done the same thing in the arena of COVID because people were paranoid during that time.
Yes.
They didn't know whether they were doing the right thing, the wrong thing. They just wanted to survive.
Yes.
So these were some of the things that we did to help them get in that survival space and win.
I want to come back and talk about essential oils too. But Dr. Avida, can you answer that question too?
Well, we know that it impacted and shut down a lot of businesses, especially Black-owned businesses, despite all the monies that followed or, came with COVID-19. Businesses weren't able to fully operate. A lot of these were new businesses, some were old businesses. And that's the one thing that we need more of in our community. So it not only impacted those business owners, it impacted our communities at large. But I'm hopeful that we're going to rebuild from COVID-19. Some good things did come from COVID-19, like an awakening of the people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And our mindset towards medicine and healing.
Man.
I agree. And then also, I don't know if people know this, more Black women-owned businesses right now is the fastest growing group that are starting businesses coming out of the COVID, only second to Caucasian males. So that's very powerful right there in terms that a lot more women are looking to start businesses.
Yes.
When you talk about, I want to keep it clean because COVID also divided this country in ways of the COVID shot, not getting the COVID shot. I'm not going to ask you your stance on those things because I know they're controversial, but what do you think are other ways, I'll say it like that, if you did not get the COVID shot, what other things could you possibly do to maintain your health versus,
I would say whether you got the shot or not, your immune system, you have to focus on it. And it doesn't have anything even just to do with COVID. You need to have a good immune system because if something attacked you, how do you fight? If you're already broken down, you've been in the ring fighting for the last 9 innings, and now you're up again and this big tsunami comes. What are you supposed to do? That's not the time that you start getting your immune system in gear. You should already be doing it every day.
Absolutely.
What are some of the vitamins that you should be taking?
Vitamins. They're in food form, in my opinion, first. And then if you have to take supplements,
So if you have to take supplements, so you ideally want to get your supplementation from the food, but we know the soil is deplete, so therefore the food's going to be deplete. So the big thing for me are trace minerals, making sure you get your trace minerals, real vitamin C, not ascorbic acid, vitamin C. Many of us are deficient in vitamin D, so D3 with K2 is another good supplement. I love curcumin and turmeric. I think those are great supplements, and they come in the essential oil form, which I absolutely love. So those are some mainstays. There are a few others, but we're individuals, so you have to kind of look at your individual body and what you may be lacking or deficient in. But those are some main players.
All right. How do you think the air quality that we're dealing with now? Canada still have their fire going on. I will never understand that. This fire been going on for a whole month, but that's another subject. But originally it was in New York, now it's in Chicago. It's like the fire's traveling across the state. So what do you think could be done to assist people with better air quality?
Air quality, yeah, that's a big topic. We had air quality issues before this Canada fire, to be honest with you. I see more gloomy days than I do sunny days, and I don't see rain. We're seeing rain as of late. So we have air quality issues. We've known this. This is nothing new. It's just coming into full fruition now. One of the things you can, it's hard because I encourage people to go outside and try to get some sunlight and walk and be involved in nature. But it's hard when you're dealing with air quality issues, to be honest with you. Within your home, you can keep an air purifier. I love aromatherapy. That will help inside the home.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that in my home.
I do too. I actually use a air purifier as well as a lot of essential oils in diffusers. I think that's good. But I know Dr. Avida happens to be my health doctor. And I know she's been telling me I need to walk. And I wanted to start about 2 weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks ago is when it's been gloomy. It's been a overcast, a rain and dark. And I'm going to be honest, air quality did affect me. I found myself staying in, keeping my purifier on 24 and staying under it due to that. Do you think when women, business women, are in and out of their homes all day long, as well as having kids, what are some extra things that mothers can do who have children to also protect the kids? Are there ways to take those things on the go with them?
Yeah, taking your diffuser wherever you go. I have mine in my car. You know, people go, "What's that thing?" It's my diffuser. And I also get the opportunity to explain why I'm doing that. But children should have them too. They're portable. You can carry them. I used somewhat of one today.
Okay.
But that's something that you definitely could start, because children with these mental issues, they need to have their brains communicated, and that helps to do that.
All right. So it's really important. We want to make sure that our listening audience get the information that Dr. Avida Bussell and Audree Lee is offering. And so I just want to state again that we will be posting our show notes onto Facebook and YouTube right after the show with their contact information. And also, our show is at the Wake Up Show Chicago. I didn't say that. At the Wake Up Show Chicago. You can go to YouTube or you can go to Facebook. And by the way, when you go there, make sure you click like and follow us. We are going to be offering a lot more information like this. Tina, do you have any other questions for our guests?
Yes, I would like Audree to share a little bit more about the essential oils, because I kind of got excited when I was going through your website, and you have a book also that talks about, it's like the 101 of essential oils. Can you kind of expound a little bit more on that?
I feel that essential oils should be in everyone's home. In Proverbs, it talks about there should be oils in the home. There are oils in the home of the wise. And that's not saying that you're not wise because you don't have them, because you may not know. But when you do have them, you have things that a lot of people don't have. If you have food, you have oils, because essential oils are 50 to 70% more potent than any dry herb that you season your food with. So I use them for everything. I use them for aches and pains. That's why I don't buy things over the counter. I use them for gut issues if I have them. I use them for mental clarity. They come on every morning in my home when I start my day. So they're part of my lifestyle. So because they are, I can't see myself doing anything else other than that. And I go there first before I go to anything.
Great. I would like to give a shout out. We were talking about entrepreneurs, but there's this one special entrepreneur, young Kaylee Robinson. She's 12 years old. She has a fitness company that she started during COVID. And she's like with the song, that our opening song, Superwoman. She's definitely a super young woman.
Where is she located out of, Tina?
She's located on the west side of Chicago.
Awesome.
Yes. And then Kaylee also has her own products, skincare products that are made from natural products. Kaylee is also, I mentioned that she's a fitness instructor. She has a Girl Scout pouch. I'm sorry, not pronouncing this correctly. Patch that young women, young girls, if they go through the program.
That's great.
Yes.
So one of the things that we are going to be doing in the next few shows is we are going to be highlighting Black-owned businesses. So hopefully we'll get a chance to go, maybe even and have our show at her facility. But we want to get ready. Oh, go ahead, Tina. Did you want to say something?
Oh, sure.
Let's pay bills.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we definitely have to pay bills. Well, I would like to talk again about the cruise. I'm so excited. And our company.
And we're going to do that right after this commercial.
Okay.
Are you ready for an unforgettable experience? Mark your calendars for Thursday, July 20th, as we invite you to the most amazing event of the year. Get ready to set sail right at Navy Pier, Chicago. This is your opportunity to rock the boat with networking, vision, and resources. Join us on the Black Chamber Cruise, where connections are made, ideas flourish, and success thrives. Imagine a stunning venue filled with like-minded entrepreneurs eager to share their expertise and collaborate on exciting ventures. Expand your network, forge valuable partnerships, and unlock new opportunities. Brought to you by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, you'll be able to have fun as the sun sets and the night comes alive. Don't miss out on this incredible event. Registration is still open. It's just a click away. Visit blackchambercruise.com to secure your spot today, or call 309-740-4639 4430 to reserve your place on this extraordinary voyage. Join us as we set sail. Brought to you by the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, July 20th, 2023. See you there.
Hi, welcome back to the Wake Up Show with the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. This is from the woman's perspective. And we have Gayle here and myself, Tina Augustus.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's get to these callers, Tina.
All right. So we have our line open for callers.
Linda's on the line.
We have Linda on the line. Hello, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, it's Glenda.
Glenda, I
National
apologize.
Park.
Hi, Glenda.
Hi,
We just wanted to make
family.
sure you were
National-
listening.
I recognize
Yes,
this
I
voice.
am. And very intrigued with my family and the talk today because we certainly need it. Our health is our wealth and our wealth is our health. My question would be to Dr. Lee first and then to Dr. Avida Bussell. To what would the ABCs of peeling the onion look like for us in health wise as nutrition? I know I would say to Audree, and then the other finer things that we would bring down into that ABC combination to get started. Sometimes others need help or someone to take their hand and do what they're going to do and trying to get back to a comfortable place of process of elimination for better health.
Okay. So the first thing I always tell people when we're starting with our foods, there are 5 foods that I always recommend that people start with. I call them God's bombs. Okay. And they actually are your greens, your beans, any kind of you like, pinto, garbanzo, black eyed peas, whatever you like. And then of course, onions. These are the things that you season your food with. Onions, garlic, those things really wake up our food and give it flavor. Mushrooms are my magical food. I use that in place of meats. Okay. I can make a pepper steak out of it. I can make sauteed pulled pork. I can lay down and get down with a mushroom.
So the pastor Shirley Caesar was right when she said beans, greens,
Beans,
tomatoes, potatoes.
Yes,
You
Lord.
name it.
She
Go
was
ahead.
right in my alley.
I had
Yes.
to get that out, y'all. I had to. They set that up. Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir. And then, of course, your berries of all kinds of your antioxidants. They're colorful. I know they may not be your sweetest ones, but there's so much needed ones. Okay. And then last are your seeds and your sprouts. And those are things like your nuts and seeds. And they need to be raw. I have to say that because we don't want to cook them, roast them, toast them, honey, roast them and those kinds of, they need to be raw. Okay. Those are my foundational foods that I recommend people use.
All right. And Dr. Vita?
So Audrey is absolutely correct. You have to start with the nutrition, right? So when we talk about wellness, it's nutrition, it is spirituality, it's economics, it is your living environment. So we have to consider everything. And I think maybe that's what you mean when you talk about peeling the onion back. So you have to first start with yourself in your own house, your body. So get it clean, get it right. Educate yourself. Ignorance, we can no longer plead ignorance. We've got YouTube, we've got books, we have an abundance of information out there about how to build health. So we start there, and then we start looking around in our back door. We start looking around in our home, in our community. Start cleaning out your home. Look what's in your cabinets. Look what's in your refrigerator. Look at what's happening in your community. Look at what's happening in your children's school. Start asking questions. Be present in your community.
Haagen-Dazs ain't never hurt nobody. Haagen-Dazs has never hurt.
Yeah, now, wait a minute.
I gotta go there. So I'm gonna say this: I don't do ice cream. But I am speaking for the people who are calling in saying, why do they have to give up their Haagen-Dazs, their potato chips,
because
and their
you
popcorn?
can make it better. God always had a better way. I make ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I can make Haagen-Dazs as good as Haagen-Dazs.
So you're saying there are recipes
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
can use to get
Drop it
holistic.
like it's
See,
hot.
y'all thought I was just saying something to be funny, but that is great.
Because I know those women that get up, curled up in the bed, depressed, and they eating their bowl of ice cream. You better make your own. I get my bananas, my hemp seeds, and all the good fats in there, and make my ice cream. And let me tell you something, they're gonna make you shout up in the
All
bed.
right now.
All right.
So we have Patricia on the line. Patricia.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi, how are you?
What is your question?
As a busy parent, I have to be at work at 6. I'm raising 2 children. I have a job, and then I want to start a business. How do you make time for the things that you're speaking of, the exercise, the prep the meal planning, how do you do all of that? How do you add that in when you're already extremely busy?
So we're going to let Dr. Avida answer that.
So you have to start, I don't know how old your children are, but you start delegating some chores, some activities for them. You get them involved in food planning and food prepping. You guys exercise together. So you create 20 minutes of time to exercise and you get your kids on the floor with you. So you get everybody, the whole family involved in the activity. So nobody feels left out. You don't feel like you're neglecting your children. And then you create time for your business plan and what you want to do. So that means turning off social media, turning off the TV. There is no TV. Okay. And you give yourself 20, 30 minutes of TV time, and then you make sure you get the proper amount of rest. You engage in mindfulness and you start envisioning what you want to do. So make it a yes for you. Make it a yes. Envision what you want, manifest it, and it can happen.
All right. All right. Is there anything else that you all would like to leave with our listening audience?
I personally would say get started. It doesn't matter where you are. I was on my way here. My light came on in my car. I can't avoid and, put that in the back of my mind that it came on. Your lights are on. Everybody is. I don't know what they're bright. I don't know if they're red. I don't know if they're yellow. I don't know if they're green. But if your light is on and you are dealing with any of the issues that we talked about today, start. Whether it's big or small. And when Dr. Avida mentioned exercise, I tell people 10 minutes a day. If you can get up in between your TV program, they have how many breaks to give you a full 10 minutes? Get up and move. Don't make an excuse for why you want to be healthy. You are the reason why you're not, but you're also the reason why you will be.
Thank you. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
and so we want to mention yet again the cruise, the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce networking cruise will be happening on July the 20th. If you don't have your ticket, please go to our website at blackcruise.org. Blackchambercruise.com. I am totally wrong with that. Blackchambercruise.com. We only have a few tickets left. I was talking with our president, Larry Ivy, about this yesterday. And so if you really want to go, the tickets are still available, but very few. Yes. So we really want to see you there. It's going to be a great time. We have a bunch of suburban mayors coming, CEOs, corporate people. Some of our sponsors will be there. And of course, Black business owners.
That's
who
right.
You can also engage. I know that our favorite printer, Michael Pearson Sr., will be in the house on that day.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to that. You'll get a chance to meet our producer of both Wake Up shows, LaDonna Raeh of Raeh's Consulting. She will be there. As a matter of fact, she will be at a table that you will be able to engage with her. We also are going to have a banner of all of our sponsors that you get an opportunity to take pictures in front of, which is going to mean so much to you. Just to have our logos behind you, it's going to be so awesome. But anyway.
And then you can also call 309-740-4430, and that's 309-740-4430.
Yes. And also, we want to make sure that we mention again about our handles. If you want to follow us, it's important that you go to Facebook or YouTube and go to the Wake Up Show Chicago and like us. And you will also get information that we periodically would put in there about the different shows that we'll be having. I know our next show, The Women's Perspective, we really are going to start engaging about contracts, grants, and opportunities for RFPs. Those are 3 separate shows, but those are the type of shows we will be doing. We also plan to get out in front of Black-owned businesses to support them more. We want to make sure that our community knows about Black businesses, which I would not be doing a service to you if I don't mention. I know he didn't give us any money, but we got to shout out Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, who just started that new app that allows Black people to find Black business owners on that app. So it's just started. I know they've rolled it out this week. I don't know all the details of it, but that's going to be really important as we move forward. We want to make sure that we start supporting Black-owned businesses as much as possible. But we want to thank our guests that showed up today. We want to thank Audree Lee and Dr. Avida Bussell for their time that they spent talking about health issues for business owners. And we also, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much. And what we will probably be doing later on in the year is we're probably going to have a health table for the Wake Up Show, the women's perspective. We'll probably do a health table so that we can have them come out and actually meet our public. That's why it's going to be so important for you to know when to like our social media handles to find that information out.
I would also like to say that you can find us on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and now we're also on Threads. So you can find us pretty much on most social media outlets with the Wake Up Show.
And we want to shout out to our sponsors for the cruise. We have Wind Creek is a sponsor. Camelot is a sponsor. Who else is a sponsor, Tina? Is Superior Solutions, SLG Innovations.
United Airlines.
That is correct.
And don't forget the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce.
So we want to give a shout out to all our sponsors. They will all be there at the cruise. So you'll get a chance to network and mingle with them as well. So we just hope that. Oh, we have one more caller?
Yep,
I didn't know that.
It's Larry.
All right. So Larry is calling in himself, the president of the Illinois State Black Chamber. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Hey, ladies. I just want to compliment your guests and for so much great information. I was sitting here just thinking about all the suggestions that they made and some of the incredible comments. I just wanted to give a personal shout out and also wanted to make sure that make sure we have a moment to thank our major sponsors like Constellation. We have Camelot Lottery. We have Wind Creek. We have SLG Innovation. And we also have Supreme Solution. Those are great sponsors. And
yes, they
again,
are.
Wonderful show. Wonderful show. Great participation. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Thank you so much. And so 3 takeaways.
So 3 takeaways are, as Miss Saunders mentioned, get started. Stop procrastinating. Start journaling. Start creating evidence of your daily habits. Sometimes we're in denial about how much water we drink, how many fast food stops we make. Start creating a record of your day-to-day activities, and get your family involved. I encourage people to commit to being the family health ambassador. Be an ambassador for yourself and for your family, and then maybe your community.
And I ditto everything that Dr. Avida said. But most importantly, make sure that you pay attention to your numbers. See your doctor.
Yes.
And also do your part because you're a doctor too. You just don't know.
And remember, on August the 19th, we will be back, the women's perspective of the Wake Up Show. Woo, woo! Yes. And we will be talking about unlocking opportunities for business success with contracts, RFPs, and grants. Thank you for tuning in, and you have a great day.
God bless.
Y'all